Have you ever noticed an older woman acting differently around you, but felt unsure if she was craving your touch? Today, we're going to uncover the subtle and direct ways older women express a desire for physical intimacy. These cues can be easy to overlook, hidden in her body language, the way she positions herself, or even in her casual touches. Stay tuned for our bonus tip at the end of this video. It's one that is often overlooked but creates an intimate connection. Ready to recognize what she's really communicating? Let's dive in and discover these signs together. 1. Small of the back. Picture this scenario. You're out on a date or maybe just walking alongside an older woman, someone with whom you've established a rapport. As you navigate through a crowded space or walk down a path, she subtly shifts her position, edging just a little closer to you, making the small of her back accessible. This movement might seem casual, but it's a quiet invitation, a nonverbal cue that she's open to a more intimate connection. The small of the back is a fascinating spot. It's a part of the body that, when touched, communicates a sense of security, closeness, and support without being too forward or intrusive. Unlike other, more obviously intimate areas, the small of the back is both safe and seductive, a place where a well-placed hand can make a powerful impact. When you gently place your hand on this area, it's as if you're saying, "I'm here with you and I'm paying attention." This touch is a blend of reassurance and subtle intimacy, a gesture that tells her she's in good hands literally. The key to making this touch work lies in its delivery. It should be light, almost as if your hand naturally found its way there. You're not gripping or controlling her movements. Instead, you're offering a gentle presence, guiding her with a touch that's both protective and affectionate. 2. Nape of the neck. Let's go on to the nape of the neck, which is a more private and sensitive place. This area is frequently disregarded, although it has a great deal of potential to strengthen a bond. One of the body's most sensitive areas is the nape of the neck, which is full of nerve endings that react to even the smallest pressure. Additionally, she doesn't reveal this vulnerable part carelessly. An older lady is therefore clearly receptive to a more intimate relationship when she tilts her head or pushes her hair aside to show the back of her neck. This gesture exposing the neck is often an unconscious act, a way for her to invite you closer, to share a moment that's both tender and personal. The nape of the neck isn't just sensitive physically, it's emotionally charged as well. A touch here can convey a wealth of feelings of care, respect, desire without a single word being spoken. However, this area requires a delicate approach. The touch should be as light as a feather, almost a whisper against her skin. Imagine your fingers brushing against her neck for just a moment, enough to create a sensation but not so much as to overwhelm. This touch isn't about making a grand gesture. It's about creating a moment of connection, a fleeting yet powerful bond that lingers in the memory. 3. Upper arm. Let's talk about the power of a touch on the upper arm, an often overlooked yet incredibly effective way to signal connection and intimacy. Imagine you're in conversation with an older woman, the kind of exchange where emotions and thoughts are flowing freely. As she speaks, you lean in slightly, placing a gentle hand on her upper arm. This touch might seem simple, even casual, but in that moment, it carries a significant meaning. The upper arm is a neutral yet intimate area. It's a place that can be touched in public without raising eyebrows, yet it still conveys a sense of closeness. By lightly caressing or touching her upper arm during a conversation, you're creating a physical connection that mirrors the emotional bond you're forming. It's a way of saying, "I'm here with you, I'm engaged, and I'm connected to what you're sharing." This gesture can turn a regular conversation into a more intimate exchange, subtly signaling your interest and your attentiveness. What makes this touch particularly powerful is its versatility. Whether you're at a quiet dinner, walking side by side, or even standing at a crowded party, a touch on the upper arm is always appropriate. It's not as bold as placing a hand on her lower back or as intimate as touching her face, but it still communicates warmth and affection. This subtlety makes it a perfect gesture for those moments when you want to convey a connection without being too forward. 4. Knees. Now let's move a bit lower to the knees. This might not be the first place that comes to mind when thinking about touch and intimacy, but trust me, it's a hidden gem. Picture this. You're sitting closely together, maybe on a couch, sharing a glass of wine or watching a movie. As the conversation flows or the movie plays, your hand naturally finds its way to her knee. This simple act of placing your hand gently on her knee can speak volumes. The knee is an area that, when touched, can create a strong sense of comfort and security. It's not as overtly intimate as other parts of the body, which makes it perfect for those early stages of physical connection. By resting your hand on her knee, you're not just making contact. You're offering a silent message of closeness and trust. It's a gesture that says, "I'm here with you, and I'm comfortable being close to you." This touch is subtle and should be handled with care. You're not gripping or applying pressure. Instead, your hand is simply resting there, offering warmth and presence. It's about connection rather than arousal, making it an ideal gesture in various social settings, whether you're at a family gathering, sitting together at a restaurant, or just enjoying a quiet moment on the couch. 5. Waist. The waist. Now we're entering a territory that's both intimate and powerful. Imagine you're dancing with an older woman, perhaps at a wedding or a cozy gathering. The music is soft, the lights are dim, and the mood is just right. As you move together, your hand naturally finds its place on her waist. This touch isn't just about guiding her through the dance. It's a gesture loaded with meaning. A touch on the waist can convey so much without a single word being spoken. It's a spot that's close to the core, symbolizing protection, desire, and closeness. When you place your hand on her waist, especially in the context of a dance or close interaction, you're telling her that you're present and attentive, that you want to be close to her, and that you care about her well-being. It's a touch that says, "I've got you," offering both physical support and emotional connection. But with this level of intimacy comes the need for respect and consent. The waist is a sensitive area, and while it's an effective place to create a bond, it's crucial that the touch is welcomed. The key is in how you approach it. Your hand should land softly, not forcefully. You're not pulling her in too tight or making her uncomfortable. Instead, you're offering a gentle, supportive presence that enhances the moment without overstepping boundaries. 6. Hands. Let's now discuss holding hands, which is one of the most basic yet meaningful ways to connect. Although this gesture may appear simple, it's actually a very effective technique to communicate and satiate a need for touch, particularly for elderly ladies who value the nuances of physical touch. Picture this. You're walking side by side, maybe on a quiet evening stroll or sitting across from each other during a conversation. You reach out and take her hand, holding it gently but with intention. This isn't just a casual grasp, it's a way of saying, "I'm here with you, fully present." The act of holding hands is steeped in warmth and intimacy. It's a gesture that transcends the physical, touching on emotional and psychological levels as well. Holding hands can be incredibly powerful because it's a touch that's both public and private. It's something you can do almost anywhere, whether you're in the middle of a crowded room or alone in a park. And yet, despite its simplicity, it carries significance. Through this connection, you're creating a shared space, a moment of unity that speaks volumes about your closeness and comfort with each other. Bonus tip: back of the hand and collarbone. Here's the bonus tip. Focus on two often overlooked areas that can create a strong and intimate connection: the back of the hand and the collarbone. First, the back of the hand. While it may seem simple, a light touch or a gentle kiss on the back of her hand can carry a lot of emotional weight. If she offers her hand during a conversation, take a moment to softly brush your fingers across it. This subtle gesture can convey care and tenderness, making her feel special in an understated yet meaningful way. Next, the collarbone. This area, just below the neck, is often exposed and can be incredibly alluring. During a close interaction, like a conversation or a hug, let your fingers lightly graze her collarbone. This touch is both natural and strongly personal, a way to express your connection without being too forward. It's a simple yet intimate gesture that can leave a lasting impression, making her feel cherished and closer to you. Next, discover the words older women use when interested in you, or learn to prevent older women ignoring you. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more.